It was such a surprise to bump into DJ producer Mladen Tomic in Berlin, as he was invited to play at Prestige Sisyphus Club. Last time we saw each other was when we shared a stage at Sea Dance Festival, an amazing event down in Montenegro. We have used this chance to catch up, so we took a dog out, got some coffee and made a video at the nearby park. Different people find inspiration in different things, but it's good to know where this inspiration comes from, so we can keep coming back to the source of this creative energy.
I love to the music, electronic music and all kind of music. Adrenaline, which I get every time when I play the music, especially my music. I find inspiration in people who listen to my music. Very often I get inspiration or some ideas to put in my production from other kind of music.
Creative process tends to be different for different artists, yet it's important to develop our own methodologies, whether for composing or selecting music for a DJ set.
I always have something in my mind in the beginning, which direction I will go. So will it be techno or maybe tech house? When I start, after a couple of minutes or after 1 hour or 2 hours, sometimes I keep that direction, sometimes I go to other directions. So it always depends of the moment in the studio and my mood, my feelings. It's definitely related to every of my track. When I look for the tracks for the set, first of all, for me, it's the most important to like the track. I never would play the track which I don't like and don't feel. So, because it's not possible to share the energy and connect with the people if I don't feel the track which I play. Sometimes I spend hours and hours to find good tracks which are good for my sets. It's not easy nowadays, but I do it. I'm definitely not limited to genre or something like this. I listen mostly techno, but very often I listen all other genres like tech house or minimal, deep tech. And very often I play in my set tracks which are not techno, but mostly techno. So I always try to find tracks which are pretty similar with my tracks, with my production. Then I can combine in my set tracks from the other artists with my music.
To get excited and fired up about something is one thing, but to stay focused and motivated throughout your career is a whole different ballgame.
My motivation are people and my fans. When I'm on the stage, I feel incredible energy and I always want to share my energy. I always want to feel the energy from the people and from my fans. And that's the very important thing in DJing. The connection with the people on the floor is the most important thing. And I always try to connect visually. You know, I like to see the people, to feel what they would like to hear from me in the moment. And I always try to have the best possible connection with the people.
Whoa! Techno producers are quite picky when it comes to voice, but I was pleasantly surprised to hear that Mladen had a top-rated track with quite an interesting vocal.
I actually made a track with Sian a couple years ago. From Pocket is the name of the track, and there were a complete story in the track. The track was pretty successful. Nicole Mudaber did the remix. It was #1 on Beatport Techno. Now it's lack of the tracks with that kind of stories. I don't know what's the reason, but sometimes it's a good idea. It's not easy to produce good vocals. There are also a lot of guys who can do the vocals. Nowadays there are vocals, but not long stories and narrative stories.
Flying is big business, but not so reliable at all times. Most of us have been stuck at the airport more than once, looking for things to do. Super boring annoyance or a chance to relax.
I like flying, I don't have a problem with that, but sometimes it's pretty heavy and difficult, especially if you have a flight in the early morning after the set. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. So it's not easy, but especially when you have delay or something like that. Thanks God to internet on the airports, so there is always something to do, or listening to music, or chatting with someone, or reading something, so just killing the time.
When hanging out with your kind of people, it's not easy to break away from the party. But professional DJ needs to be very disciplined in order to make it to their flight on time.
You have to know what you want actually, and what you must do, what you can do. Can you stay on the party a little bit later and then run to the plane or miss the plane, or just leave the party and be at the airport on time? All the people want you to stay, and I also want to stay, but sometimes it's not possible. Yeah.
People take different roads to DJing and have different reasons for doing it. But keeping up with pressures of dance music business has always been a challenge.
Pretty easy was just to start to be a DJ, but next step to buy equipment, records, new music, everything, it was not easy since I'm coming from small country, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and it was late 90s and beginning of 2000s. Everybody was pretty heavy, but at the end I did it, I made it.
With the rivers of music pouring in on daily basis, how do we stand out and raise above the noise? What do we need more of?
I would like to see more new ideas, more unique tracks, more individual styles. You can see that some of the new producers, new DJs do copy of the other guys, so everything would be much better with new ideas and new way of productions. But to think out of the box, I think it's very important thing. I'm trying to do something also now out of the box, to think out of the box and to create music a little bit different than mainstream. It's not easy, of course. You have to work a lot on this and be creative and have a lot of inspiration, but at the end I'm pretty sure that results will come. To combine other genres of electronic music, to not be limited on only one genre. It's not easy, of course, but it's possible.
Some electronic music artists are widening their horizons by branching out and collaborating with musicians playing acoustic instruments. Mladen had something really interesting to show me.
Yeah, I worked with string quartet recently. They had a concert and I was a special guest with 2 tracks which I produced together with them. And it was totally new experience and it was actually really not bad. I really enjoyed. So probably in the future I will do something with them.
I hope you have enjoyed this. Until next time, have a good one.